Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to stay here with you. Well, what I will talk about is the relationship between eco-innovation, circular economy, and ESG. And why I choose this topic? Because my background is in industrial engineering and in management. And in the management view or in the business view, it's important to understand that companies will do something if they realize they will gain more money. If they can't gain money with anything, they will not do. Maybe they will say that they are doing, but they are not doing. Then it's necessary to be very clear when we talk about ESG. It's necessary to be very clear when we talk about circular economy. And it is very important to be clear when we talk about innovation. And these three topics are very related. Let's see here. Well, first, I asked for my students to research about the quantity of papers produced in terms of innovation and sustainability. Yeah, these two topics together. And as we can see, the number of papers are increasing. And why they are increasing? Because these topics are becoming important for companies. And why companies are interested in these? Because they realize that we, the customers, are changing. And if we change, they need to change together. Because if we decide not to buy something, well, they will fail. Then they need to understand that innovation, sustainability, circular economy, ESG are important. And in this sense, we can see this kind of relationship. I will expand this image after. Like here, in eco-innovation, when we think about this figure, and sorry, I borrowed this figure from Google, yeah? When we think about this figure, we can see a lot of topics that could be important in terms of eco-innovation. And one important topic is here. Innovation and sustainability. And how to connect innovation and sustainability with circular economy. The next one here. Design. And if you pay attention, the difference between reverse logistics and circular economy is only design. Only design. And this is the big difference. And if we can transform the reverse logistics in circular economy, we can increase a lot what we're doing. And this is eco-innovation. Then we have to explore more these aspects, mainly in research groups or mainly in universities, that we have to stimulate maybe your students to work in this direction. They need to develop new ideas to promote more circular economy and more ESG. And why? Because doing this, companies will be interested because they want this. Because, well, it's the future for them. And why ESG enter in this equation? Because ESG, if you remember, I think that here the most are more than 18, yeah? If you remember, we have this figure in the past, triple bottom line, yeah? And triple bottom line represents social, environmental, and economics. But what we realized during the last 20 years, that there is one prevalent, that is economics. Then the figure is like a perfection, the balance among all. But the reality, no. The reality is different. Economic is prevalent. Economic is the most important. Then, if you think in an ideological way, this figure appears more for the people on the left side. Equal. But companies normally are not in the left side, yeah? Companies are normally in the center or in the right. Then companies will not like this figure. They don't like. And then they invent a new one, ESG. And why? Because here in ESG, we can see the economic. And what's the reason? Economic is surrounding everything. Then for companies, this figure is more comfortable. This figure is more easy to adopt. Because now they can say, well, we are taking care about the environment, we are taking care about people, and we are taking care about our governance. And where is the key? Governance. Because governance is the main aspect for companies to make money. And if we think about the origin of this term, ESG, we realize that they start in 2004, yeah, promoted by investing companies. In 2004, they realized that, well, in the future, we will only gain money if we emphasize these aspects. Then I think that Mark, this morning, told us that he do not believe in ESG. Yeah, I, in the same way, I believe that companies want to make money, and then they will use ESG as the craft for this. Okay, it's better with ESG, yeah? And the opposite could be not so good. Then in this sense, if you want to explore eco-innovation in terms of ESG, we need to explore the possibilities to produce new technologies, new equipment, new ideas that will make companies survive in the future. And we can see now this change, yeah? When we talk about alternative energies, what we are talking about? New companies that produce new equipment that will sell for people that do not have technology. It's the same history from a lot of centuries. And obviously that in this sense, well, the old resource will be condemned because the old is bad. We need new to foment the economy for these companies at least. Again, just to visualize better, yeah, that in the same sense, obviously that now we can heard about circular economy all the time. I include research about circular economy. Yeah? And why? Because it appears that in the future, everything will be circular. Is it possible? I don't know, I'm not sure. But maybe we can go in this direction. But we need to invest here. Design, to plan new products, to plan new process, to plan a new way to do what we are doing. But where normally we can see companies developing things in developing countries. Then normally we have the same process in developing countries like Brazil or South Africa. will produce, but not design. But not design, because the design will be in Europe or US, maybe in China or Japan, but not developing countries. Then, how to deal with this situation? Again, universities have an important paper in this situation to help our students to develop new projects, new products, new process that can help our countries to be more developed. Because circular economy is important. Just to reinforce the figure, yeah. And why? Because, well, we have to deal with a lot of stakeholders. And stakeholders could be an easy word to understand, but it's very complex for companies. Because sometimes the one that you think that it's your most important stakeholder is not. And sometimes when you think that, well, an insignificant stakeholder is not important, but he is. And we need to understand how companies think. And they think that, well, we need to understand better the stakeholders that will help us to make more money. ESG. ESG is for investors. And companies are, well, they are very smart. You understood. Well, we need to invest in ESG because investors like this. Because investors will say, I am investing in a company that helps the environment. Oh, I'm very happy with this. I will invest my money in this company. I don't know here, but in Brazil, we have some companies that invest $1 in environment and 5 in marketing to say that they are investing in the environment. Investment. Then ESG is a very good craft to help this, to promote, convince stakeholders that companies are going in the innovation, ESG, circular economy direction. But I'm not a pessimist. I'm not optimist. Well, we only need to understand how the market works. Yeah, because, well, it's better than the other option to do the same thing as in the past. But it's not a miracle. No, it's not a miracle. Companies will not save the planet if they can't see money at the end of the tunnel. They need. Yes, and it's very reasonable, the reason. Because if not, they will broke. Thank you.